Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So yes, I'm in the bathroom and I wanted to film about my commonplace books and I just picked random few commonplace books to talk about. So for me, a commonplace book is just a notebook, blank, in my favorite grid or dot grid or lined, and what I'm putting in it is notes for random things. People call them different things. I've heard the bullet journal community call them like collections. So for me, in my everyday planner, I have a lot going on, right? So I have a brain dump list that works hand in hand with my today. But let's just say I want to write something in terms like here. Let's just see, it says affirmations for Sophia, right? Let's just say I want to write those out. Well, I need an empty area so that I can do that. So this is the other part in this month is my commonplace. You guys have seen that. They've been no nonsense, just list, pictures, random things that motivate me, things like that. So I have to have that in a setup. So I wanted to show you, like this is a bullet journal, or not bullet journal, I think it's a Paper Penguin Co. This insert was way before I put all my planning system together and my commonplace in with my planning. So I did not put my commonplace in with my planning until this month. So last month I used the Nanami, and I'll flip through that. But I want to show you, before all of this started, I kind of was doing a commonplace book in any size insert I wanted to for that time. Why? Because for me, I had a lot of things on my mind. And even in like April 6, 2019, I probably had, am I putting people's stuff all up on here? I don't even know who that is. But let me flip there. How about I just flip there until. So I was putting commonplace things or collections in my ring binder, which I used to call list. But it's all the same concept. Bullet journaling, notes on respecting my husband, journaling, just you name it. That's what I would put in here. So a lot of journaling, stickerage. So it looks like just notes, a daily page. That's what I used it for. I'm just going to bend this back. Last year, April, May, this was 2019. I put in notes from a sermon. I mean, it was just stuff, things I wanted to work on. Goals, random just things, plans for 4th of July, date night ideas, journaling, stuff on stress management. Then this was like when I wanted to kind of put my month, day, and week all in one, but I couldn't figure it out. So, I just write out lists. And that's kind of what I do now. I just want an area that's not going to be like my planning, or it can be in brain dump, or it could be a weekly page. It could be whatever I want it to be. But since I have currently my whole system, I've put my commonplace book in with my planning. Right now in October, I don't need to use a separate book. But this is what I've used this year, starting in June. Prior to that, I think I was just using my Basic Slim Stayology, like the back of it became note pages. But this is a line Nanami, and I just sectioned it out for the month. This is like notes on my planning, a soap study, house projects, a bullet journal, just stuff like that. To me, I just like having an extra book, okay, prior to me putting it in my other planner. I like having an extra book in different types of sizes, different types of paper to just write random stuff in it. Like nutritarian eating, like where am I going to write that in my everyday planning, right? If I put it in my brain dump, it's really going to take up a whole space. If I put it in my daily page, it's definitely going to take up space. You know, I really don't have an area in my planning for notes and stuff like that, which is why I put in a commonplace book, which is why I want a bigger book. This is 480 pages. So far, so good. It's working this month, putting my commonplace book with my planning, but that's what I did. I think June through August, September is just in here. Before I put my journaling, before I put my journaling in my planner whole book system in here, I would do a lot of my journaling in my commonplace book. So add to Moleskine, activities for Sophia, A5 ring setup, Amazon craft stuff on communication, podcast notes, more journaling. So every month I just gave my whatever I wanted to do, I would do it. And if my commonplace book doesn't work with my planning, I can always go back to this notebook. I have a Stayology in the B6. I have an A5. I have an A6, which I'll show you. So that's where all my collections go, or my random stuff. When I'm reading a book, I will put stuff in my commonplace book. This was September. It really didn't have much in it. So then say, you know, I'm in November and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to put my commonplace book in with my planning anymore. Then I would do a whole dashboard here. I have these stickers back here and I can totally put in here. This is a line Nanami, and this is in a cut down, I think it's a Midori B6 slim size. But here is the A6, and this is an A6 cut down, an A6 Midori. I believe I bought it from like Hobby Lane. It's cut down to an A6 size. I just put this little leather pocket on it myself with glue. But again, this is in 2018. I did the same exact thing. Just Sophia's birthday, planner uses, journaling, bullet journaling. So B6 Stayology ideas, work to-dos, Isaac to-dos, project list. This is when I started keto. Eat less, sugar in 8 steps, meal ideas, places to visit in Houston, things to do before 8 a.m., things to do around town, functional planning, wants, don't need, ideas. So you get it. A lot of brain dumps, a lot of journaling, a lot of notes, list. I'm practicing letters, right? Lettering right here. Recipes. So I love the A6 size too. I also was doing a lot of daily pages, because around this time is when I was using my rings, and in my rings I had daily pages, but I didn't have a list for an area for notes. So that's when I would heavily use a bullet journal or a commonplace book rather for no nonsense stuff. So this book, last time I used it was in February. So February 7th. So I have half the book. If I ever want an A6 size, I totally could just pick this right back up. I have an A6 Nanami as well. That's why I have all of the notebooks, because I can use them for other things and then I can just jump back right in them when I want to. So this stays at home. This does not go anywhere. But if I ever feel like I don't want to put my journaling and my commonplace book in the same area of my planning, no problem. I can just go down in pages and, just maybe use like little smaller inserts, because my system is like 192 pages, like 200 pages for 1 month. So there's always a fix, because there's always paper that I can cut down in different sizes, or I can do what I want. But I thought I would show you what is a commonplace book for me, because I did have some questions, and I know that I film so much that my videos you probably can't find my videos very easily, so I wanted to do an update. So just a very, very quick flip, because I flip through this probably every video that I do, but it's just random stuff. Again, journaling, a little bullet journal, notes on all or nothing thinking, bullet journal hacks. I think this is a sermon I listened to, planning the planner, my health section. And because I have a commonplace book in my planning, I can just totally section out my health pages and then start back up with my list. Thyroid therapy, how to treat thyroid hormone, stuff on kindness, all of this stuff I've kind of showed already. So then, like, say tonight I come across a sermon or a list, or my husband wants me to write something down, or even I just have some random stuff to write, I would put it right here. One person asked, do I put all of this stuff here in the back in every book? No. Or if I want to, yes. I try in my books, my planner books, to have stuff on cognitive distortions, and just so that way for that month I can go and look at it. So if I'm having a problem with my thinking, I have a place that could help me restructure my thinking or untwist my thinking. But that's only been like 1 or 2 pages in each book. All of this other stuff is just for funsies and stuff for me to look at, because I have the extra space. So if I have the extra space, I have, why not put, fun things for me to look at and motivate me, and lists that are going to encourage me. So I hope this makes sense to the people that have asked. And this is definitely what I do in my commonplace book. It is working, so I do see myself doing this moving forward, putting my commonplace book and then have only 1 month of planning. So again, this is my October planning, this is my journal, and then this is my commonplace book, because I have the space. Thanks for watching.